Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. I'd like to welcome each of you to another FranTastic InSights video segment whereby we introduce to you some very prominent personalities, all of whom are having a very positive impact on the ever-growing world of franchising. My name is David Craghead. I'm the Chief Franchise Expansion Officer for FranServe, and today I'll be your host for this week's FranTastic InSights. For the past 14 years, FranServe has been recognized as one of the world's, or actually as the world's largest franchise consulting and expansion organization. And we have a very simple mission, and that is we change people's lives in a very positive way through franchise ownership. And we do that through a network of incredible franchise brands in 43 different industry categories. Our growth initiatives are supported by a growing portfolio of franchise consultants. Some people refer to them as brokers, but they're all the same person. They're all dedicated to helping their clients explore franchise opportunities, which are deemed to be a perfect match for their individual search criteria. And today I'd like to introduce to you Amanda Martin. Amanda is the CEO of one of our industry's finest childhood educational brands, the name of which is Studyville. They're best described and often described as a first to market franchise opportunity serving the booming 20 plus $billion tutoring industry. This franchise brand was founded in 2020 by Amanda, our guest speaker today. And she was a busy mother at the time who was fed up with the nightly homework battle with her children, something that a lot of us have dealt with over the years. I can remember setting up to 11 o'clock, helping my son. Actually, I found myself doing his homework. So I wish Studyville had been around when I was raising my child, my wife and I. But Studyville was built on a very simple but a powerful mission statement, and that is to take the homework fight out of the home, something I can relate to. So, Amanda, thank you for joining us today. And as I pass the microphone to you this afternoon, or actually this morning, please share your business model description and your latest perspective for the audience for Studyville.
Well, thank you for having me, David. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here to talk to you about Studyville and what we're doing in the lives of students. It's a very exciting space, I can say that. Studyville has really morphed over the past 4.5, 5 years since I founded it. So essentially, we are an academic workspace. Our physical locations, what the franchisees will be purchasing is the academic workspace, which is a cross between a co-working space, a coffee bar with gym memberships, but for tutoring. And we tutor not just the teenagers who can be members and come anytime they want, but also K through 12, even college students. We'll tutor LSAT, MCAT, anything that needs to be tutored, we will tutor. There are a lot of opportunities going on, and I would love to talk to you about all of those today.
Well, very good. We're anxious to hear about it. And of course, our brokers are going to be listening to this recording today as well. And for their benefit, our challenge is to find franchise applicants to refer to you. So, how would you describe the very best franchisee applicant that we can refer to you? What characteristics would they have?
I think an entrepreneur, a go-getter, there is a lot out there in education and tutoring, and it takes someone with gumption to go out and get it. And I want those types of partners to help me in the various states we want to be in. I'll give you an example. There's a lot of, you've heard of the dismantling of the Department of Education and what's going to be happening through that. All of that title funding, for the most part, is going to go to the Department of Labor because, as Secretary McMahon says, what is the point of education? It is to get a job. So therefore, the Department of Education, a large chunk of it will be in the Department of Labor. The title funding, we could see more accountability there. Since COVID, we've had a lot of high dosage tutoring programs in states, of which we've been a part of. Literacy is a big push. We have a literacy tutoring curriculum. There's anybody who has taught literacy, there's new science of reading policies. It is a method of teaching reading that is relatively new. It wasn't around when I was in school, and it just came about probably in the past 10 years ago, became a standard in states. And our tutoring curriculum for literacy is designed for the method of science of reading and those pillars. So there are opportunities in schools that I just need more hands on deck to help me go after it and get it. We've seen incredible success with our students. We tutored in one school district in South Louisiana, and they had been in the decline in their reading scores for years. We came in and within 1 year reversed that. We did all of their literacy tutoring, reversed not only their decline, but they actually saw gains for the first time in 5 years.
That's impressive.
So there's a lot of work to be done. If okay, so 70% of our students are not reading on grade level in America. So if you are a parent and you have 3 children, that means 2 of your kids cannot read, and that is
Wow.
unacceptable. So when I say there's opportunity and we know how to do it, I'm looking for partners to not only have the after school side of things and the micro school and the college counseling and the test prep, but also get in the schools and teach American kids how to read.
And it's true that a lot of these same kids are graduating from high school still not being able to read properly, correct?
That's correct.
Unless you can get in front of them with your Studyville program.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
There's a lot out there. We have been very effective.
good. Tell me a little bit, Amanda, about your territories. What are the design metrics? How do you design and create your territories?
So we will not have more than one territory within the same school district. So it depends regionally on how those school districts are mapped out. It could be a broad region where there's a school district because we don't want our franchisees competing with each other. We don't confuse school districts or state departments of ed when they have two Studyville applicants. I'll give you an example. There are education savings accounts that are being passed from state to state. And this means that the funding that a state would spend educating a child in a public school, they then give or allocate to the parent to spend on private school, tutoring, homeschool, micro school. It's called school choice, and that's what it is in essence. So they would have an account, and we are a approved provider in various states. So Studyville has already done the work for going through that approval process. And then we would allocate that region to the franchisee. So they're coming in and all the grunt work, all the hard work, all the applications, all the RFPs, all of that has already been done for them.
As your franchisees mature in their business, are there opportunities for them to scale their business larger?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah. So one would be through territories, more locations. Absolutely. Um, I would imagine that a first time franchisee for Studyville would start off with the academic workspace doing after school tutoring 3 to 9 on weekdays. On Sundays, we're open. And if you look at our model, if you look at our website, which I will say is being updated. So if you're not finding the things on there that you want to find, it is coming. But the kids can come anytime. And so that was part of my frustration as a parent is I had to have an appointment and my son's like, I've got an algebra test tomorrow and I couldn't find help for him. So they can come to us anytime. There's always a tutor there to help. So I would imagine they would start with that first model, then add the micro school on top of that. The micro school is essentially outsourced homeschooling. So this is something if a franchisee is in an ESA or EFA, educational freedom account is what it's called in Texas and Tennessee, Then those parents can use that funding to pay for micro school and go to school with us. It's Monday through Thursday, 9 to 2. No homework. They graduate, they get degrees, they get scholarships to college. It's legit. It's homeschooling. It's just the parents don't do it. We do. Adding the micro school, and then in partnership with us, adding school contracts for test prep, for high dosage tutoring, for literacy, for summer reading camps, summer math camps. And it would just go from there.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your very thorough answers. That helps me a lot. And it also helps our viewers as well. As we help you grow your brand, Studyville, across the country,
Yes,
are you
sir.
anticipating or do you anticipate any regional influence over your curriculum and your business model?
Um, Not necessarily for the bad, for the good, yes. I'm trying to think of how to answer this because there are a lot of ways I can answer it. Um, we would prefer to start in not only franchise friendly states, but also education friendly states where there is money for high dosage tutoring. There are educational savings accounts, educational freedom accounts. We only see it getting better for education and tutoring because we are at such a crux in our nation and with education in general. Keep in mind, since the Department of Education was founded in the 60s, our literacy rates have only gone down. So when I can say that a Studyville tutoring team went into a school system and we worked with K through 3, and in 10 weeks we took our students who were 70% were reading well below grade level, and then we bumped that to 49% were just reading below grade level. We did more in 10 weeks than the Department of Education has done in 60 years. There are a lot of eyes on education there, and there's a lot of accountability. We have accountability software. It's called Study Track. Our tutors, our franchisees would have access to this. And that's basically to collect the data from the tutoring sessions, to hold accountability for the tutors, for the students, and to report the data back to show what's working. So they will have access to all of that. And if we can continue to document what is working and what is helping these students to read, that's going to be a very successful story for any of our partners.
As your business model matures and as we help you grow your model, do you anticipate any changes, significant changes in the next 1 to 3 years?
Just explosive growth is and a lot of hiring. We in 2024 we hired 484 tutors in about a 2 month time
God,
span. We interviewed 2,000. We are not afraid of growth, and that's exactly what it looks like. Is, it's a little chaotic, but we put all the systems in place, so we're not afraid of rapid growth because that has been our story from the get-go. We don't know anything else.
wow, that's impressive. Really, really impressive. Um, that leaves me, well, let me just ask it this way. Um, what is the current economy? What effect is the current economy having on Studyville, if at all? Doesn't sound like you're having any negative effects.
Well, I like to say that tutoring has literally been around since Socrates. So when we're talking about industries that have staying power, pretty sure tutoring is here to stay. Now, I signed my first lease, you'll get a kick out of this, in February of 2020.
Mm, good
So
year.
the world shut down in March, 13th of 2020. And long about at first, it was like, okay, we're staying home from school for a couple of weeks. And then, as parents, and we all vividly remember that trauma, April, May comes around. And keep in mind, I'm starting a business dependent on kids having homework, and there's no
Yeah.
school.
Wow.
So
Wow.
uh, that. but what happened was when I did open my doors in August of 2020, guess what I had? A lot of demand because the kids were behind. Teachers weren't showing up. They were getting quarantined. They were behind. We're still seeing the effects of COVID. If you walk into a tutoring session with one of our fifth graders right now, you will find that some of them they can read. They maybe need some help with fluency, but they're comprehending what they're reading out loud. But if you go back, and really assess them, you will find that they don't have letter recognition. They mix up B's and D's and P's and Q's and I's and J's because where were they 5 years ago? They were in kindergarten, first grade. They were learning their letters, and no fifth or sixth grade teacher today is going to say, "Okay, kids, let's start with the alphabet." That's not happening. So we made it to a point where the rudimentary skills in literacy and math are just missing from these kids. And so we're having to still catch up. So we recently partnered with the Department of Education to write a tutoring curriculum for literacy for sixth, seventh, and eighth grades that align with, it's called ELA guidebooks, which is a standard English curriculum in middle schools and high schools around the country. And so Studyville will have the name brand recognition for that tutoring curriculum because the Department of Ed is like, hey, guess what? Our middle schoolers, as you said earlier, high schoolers are struggling with literacy too. This isn't a K-5 problem. This is a rampant problem that we really, really need to triage.
Impressive. Well, you got your hands full, don't
I love it.
you?
I just need a couple of stories, student success stories to drive me, and that's all I need to keep going. Uh, Seeing, moving a child from not being able to recognize letters to reading on grade level. I'm not I'm not exaggerating when I say that is life changing for that
Sure,
child. We're giving
sure.
them opportunity, we're giving them confidence, and our tutors love it. And the schools are seeing progress. There's a lot of good work. This isn't, we're not sitting idly by. So when you asked me earlier what I'm looking for in franchisees, I'm really looking for partners who can help me grow this thing, solve. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to run out of work, but if we could solve literacy, then we'll be good.
Amazing. Um, for the new franchisee that comes to you next Monday, for example, and they sign a franchise agreement, they are invested in your brand. What is the typical ramp up time from the date they sign the franchise agreement until the ribbon cutting?
If they move at my speed, I would say 6 months. It could be less if we find the right space, which my team will partner with our franchisees on. We're not giving them an operating playbook and saying, have fun with it. We really are going to be partners with our franchisees. So if it's mostly ready, the space is mostly ready, then we can move a lot faster.
And can you speak about the training programs you offer to your new franchisees, both classroom and in the field?
So they would come spend about 2 weeks with us in our headquarters, and they would be exposed to every part of the business. They would work in our business. They would get everything that I didn't know when I started the company that I wish I would known. They will have operating playbooks and systems coming out of their ears. And then there'll be regularly scheduled site visits to ensure that things are operating the way they need to, because what we want right off the bat is for them to have confidence in how everything works. And then once they have that, they can go out and they can pursue the business, or we can even hand them business. I would love nothing more than to have a franchisee, say in the Atlanta area, we get a contract and we say, hey, come help us with this contract. We need to execute this, which is what we're doing. So we having a local partner in some of the states where we're in is going to be huge.
So it sounds like you have a continuing education program that goes on indefinitely, correct?
Yes, yes. So there's always training, always
Okay.
professional development. Keep in mind that we have to train our tutors constantly as well. So it's kind of built into our brand and our nature and our standard operating procedures on how to train and how to teach. So we're a tutoring company. We tutor people how to tutor people.
Right. For the benefit of our entire audience, can you describe any really hot territories around the country that you need help filling?
I get calls from Dallas all the time. Texas is hot, hot. Anywhere in the Dallas area, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, as well. Florida, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina. We've got some Midwest opportunities. Ohio is hot. Um, so that would be a start.
Good. So you're not built out yet completely, are
What do you mean by built out completely?
you? You're not sold out. You've got openings.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I was like, what haven't I done, Dave? Don't
All
tell me
right.
I haven't done something.
No, 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 not me. Um, Amanda, I want to again thank you for being so thorough with your answers. As we come to the end of this session, is there one takeaway from today's interview that we may not have touched on that you'd like the viewers to know about your brand?
You know, our values that we drill into not only our executives but our tutors. It's the acronym study, serving students, teamwork. We're in this together. Uncompromising integrity, which we have to have. And I could speak to that for days. Dedication to excellence because the kids deserve the absolute best. And the fifth one is my favorite. It's yes, yes to new opportunities. We walk in, we're never going to just say no. We're going to figure out how to do it, how to say yes, how to get to a yes. And we're going to do it with a positive attitude because my attitude affects my vice president's attitude, affects our managers, affects our tutors, affects our kids. So it really is about all of those things combined. You know, the first, it's no accident that the first thing is students, and that's why we're here.
Well, I commend you. You've created a wonderful program.
Thank
And
you.
I can imagine all the stress you went through just designing it to help your son. And now look where you are. So this is quite impressive. And Amanda, I want to thank you for the privilege of your time today. This entire interview will be posted on the FranServe support site. It'll be archived in the FranServe library, and it'll also be uploaded to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So you may get some autograph requests, Amanda. That's happened before. But thank you for joining us today. And with that, we will adjourn today's FranTastic InSights recording. See you.
Thank you, David.
Bye bye now.